Hey y'all, it's Christy from Teadoddles. Today is a little impromptu video, not my typical motivational Monday video. I'm just going to talk about August and things coming up. So let's first say welcome new subscribers, welcome back subscribers. I'm happy to have you here with me and my maker shenanigans. I do like to do the sewing things, the yarny things, and the DIY things. So you'll see a little bit of all of that here on this channel. If you like to make things, you might like it here. All right. There we go. I haven't done a video in over a week. It's been busy, y'all. Okay. Talk a little bit about that. I'm going to show you what I have done mostly in August, some over this past weekend and such. I just finished up my summer semester with the college Wednesday. Okay. And Thursday, I did some family stuff. And Friday, I did some cleaning stuff. And this weekend, I just kind of took a break and did little things here and there. And because I had this whole week, because I won't go back to the 13th, August 13th. And I only have 2 days that week, which are going to be very busy. Registration day and staff development. So fun. Anyway, and then our first day of class will be that following Monday. So, I got a little break and I'm taking advantage of that for this month of August. In July, I did some of the things I set out to do. Crochet. I said I was going to catch up on my temperature blanket. This is in my eye, y'all. I didn't crochet. It was so hot. It has been so hot. And normally, so I live in the South and we got AC going, but y'all, it can only do so much. It's that hot. And it just drains my energy. It just makes me feel like I just want to lay on the couch under the fan and do nothing. And crochet was the last thing I wanted to do. So I didn't do crochet. And I think which actually the past few days has been raining. It's rained all day today. And it stormed yesterday afternoon. Well, it started earlier in the day, but the day before we had a big thunderstorm. So it's been raining and it's cooled off quite a bit, which is fabulous. But of course, everything was dry and getting that much rain in a time. It's caused some tree branches to break in my yard and stuff, which I can't deal with right now because it's wet and raining still. Anywho, getting off track a little bit here. So that's what I've been doing. Just trying to catch up with everything at school and get to the end of the class, end of the semester. It gets, you got to grade all the papers, got to do all that stuff. It gets a little hectic. And then I needed a little mental break, right? Which crafting is a mental break, which I have gotten in a bad habit of playing this game on my phone, which I do enjoy the game. And just scrolling on my phone, which I had gotten away from doing that so much, and then it just came back, and it's like, okay, we need to do other things. Okay, there's so much more that I could be doing besides that. So I'm trying to get back out of that habit. Now I did do some sewing and did a lot of sewing, actually. Well, a lot of sewing. Sewing was mostly my craft focus for July. Cross stitching I did, and I decided cross stitching is probably better to focus on when it's so hot, because just having the yarn and stuff, which I may be able to do a little bit of that later today since it rained so much, cooled off. Crochet might be a good thing. Might not feel so hot to me. I did dye my hair today, which I've been putting off because I was going to wait till I got my hair cut. I was supposed to get it cut this past Thursday. She wound up not feeling well, so it got moved all the way to this coming Friday. So I got to wait a little bit longer, and my bangs have already grown back out into my eyes, and I will not touch them again. Because last time they were getting too long, and I decided to trim them myself, which I've done before successfully. This time it was going out, and I just stopped. So just don't touch them anymore. So let them grow back out, and then I'll go get my hair cut. So hopefully I'll be able to do that this Friday, and I'll be stop dealing with these bangs. It has grown quite a bit, actually. I know y'all can't see it from the front, but I have a shag kind of cut, so it's past my collar on my shirt. That's the longest I've had it in quite some time. We'll see. I pushed through the heat. I can put it up with a banana clip and some safety pins. Not safety pins. Bobby pins. I'll be putting safety pins in your hair. Anyway, so I can get it off my neck because it gets quite hot. Plus, it needs to be thinned out some because I have very thick, coarse hair, and it holds heat on my head. I'm gonna appreciate that when it gets cooler again. Whenever that's gonna happen. I don't think I've looked forward to cooler weather so much since this summer because it was just extremely. It's been extremely hot this summer. I try to appreciate all the seasons and live in them as the season happens because I feel like we spend so much time looking for the next thing that we don't enjoy the things about what season we're in, whether that be a season of the year or a season in our life. So I'm really trying to focus in on appreciating the season that I'm in, no matter what kind of season it is. All right, I'm going to show y'all some things I've done now. That's fine. So I've been working on some cross stitch. So I just picked up one of them. It's a little one, and I don't have too much to be done with it. But this is the little. I started this for February. Of course, I didn't get it done in February, but this is just a cute little. I'll put a link down below. I know I got this off the Fat Quarter Shop. There's a mouse that sits here, and that's what I'm working on now. The mouse. I've got her little dress. You see her little feet right there? She's got some little bloomery looking things going on. And she's holding a heart. So I got to finish that part of it. But I got all of the crow done, all the lettering, and the other hearts that are on here. And there's some line work that has to be done because he's holding this heart from his beak. And this is like a balloon, but it has some stitch work that goes back down to her hand. So not too much more to go on this. This one is a little bit tedious in that I thought I really loved this fabric. It's got the little splotches. I got it on a special at Fat Quarter Shop, but this is tiny. So I'm having to do double squares for each of my stitches to make it work out right. And I have to have very good lighting and not be tired to do this because I had to take out stitches too many times. But that's what I've been working on over the weekend. I got a lot done over the weekend. So I can't really count that for July, but I'm not counting it. Anyway, doing what's coming up and what I've been working on. That's what we're doing. Now, last month I did say that I was going to start focusing in on one of my quilt alongs I need to finish up instead of trying to do a little bit for each one each month. I think that just gets me too scattered around. So I focused on my gnome one, and I got them all done, y'all. I did technically finish the last blocks the 1st of August, but they're all done. I just got to decide how I want to put them together. Y'all have seen the January and the February. I'm fairly certain. I think I put a picture of the March ones, but I'm going to show y'all that one here again. So they both have a boy and a girl gnome. This is the boy gnome. And then this is the girl one. She's got a little pot of gold. All right, and that was March. The only other one I had is April. So I just had January through April for these blocks. I discontinued getting them after that point. So, and that's okay. I love the way they made the little floppy ear at the top. This is the boy one. And this is the girl one. She has the floppy ears too. And this is from Cotton Cuts, which I've talked about before. If you're new to quilting, you can get you don't have to be gnomes. Sometimes they do a mystery quilt of the month, but all the pieces are cut for you. And it has instructions that are really great to put them together. So it's a great place to start if you're new to quilting. it's a fun thing to do if you're not new to quilting because everything's cut for you already. They even cut the dog ears off the triangles. So I have 2 quilt tops I've finished. So I haven't quilted them or anything from those clubs. So do I have another one over there? I don't think so. I think I finished both of those, and this would be the other one. So the only thing I got to do is decide how I'm going to put these blocks together. I thought about making individual banners that I could hang up, different seasons, but I thought, I don't know if I want to do that. I think I'm going to put them in one big thing. I don't know what I'm going to do to finish it yet. I just wanted to get the blocks done, and I got them done. I had all these left over, so I had quite a bit of stuff left over. I'm probably going to use this to make some kind of border. So, but that is done. Excited about that. This will get moved to a different area because sometimes I get quilt blocks done and I won't make them into a quilt yet. I'll put it off until I get ready to do that and decide what I'm going to do with it. So this month I'm going to work on this Seminole sampler blocks. This kit is no longer available. I think the pattern is still available from Morning Glory Designs. It was a row of the month fabric kit, and this one you do have to cut up and sew together, and you sew a strip and then a bonus block out of each one. So I have a couple of these done, not much, but this is what I'm gonna work on this month, trying to get this one finished. This one I probably will go ahead and sew the quilt top together because I don't have to add any borders or figure out a layout or anything like that. It is the quilt top. So that's what I'm going to work on this month. And hopefully I'll get a lot more done this month because I have extra time off. And I took some time to rest, so I should be resting. I like my camera got tilted. Woo! There we go. Now, the other thing I worked on was this shirt right here. It's called the Victoria Tee. It is a free pattern from Mood Fabrics. I attempted to make this previously and I couldn't get the color right. And I figured it was the fabric I was using. So I changed to this rayon fabric here. Right. Because this was made out of chiffon. Well, a pleated chiffon in the back and something similar in the front. But I can't remember the fabric exactly. But this is a rayon in the front. I haven't finished this. But this I used a very sheer lightweight knit for the back. Now, the collar I have successfully put in this time, but it's supposed to be a boat neck, and it does not sit right on me because a boat neck would sit, something like this, which I would be okay with, but these things stick up kind of like that. They don't lay flat across my shoulders, no matter how I position them. So I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. I like the way the rest of the shirt fits, but I don't like the way it's sitting up here. And I also realized after I put this in, because I had to take it out because I put it in backwards and had to take it out again, but I've got this big pleat going on in the collar and I don't like the way that looks. So I'm probably going to cut the collar out and do something different because you can see even on her, even in this picture up at the top, it doesn't sit like that on her. So I'm not sure why it's so wide. I know I made adjustments to the pattern and it may be something I did, not thinking about the color. It's probably what happened. So this is going in timeout. I haven't finished. Well, I probably could finish. I don't want to finish the hems until I decide what other alterations I'm going to make to it. So it was hanging on my mannequin. It'll be sitting in timeout because I'm probably going to do some other things while I think about what I want to do with this. It happens sometimes. Now I have another shirt actually in timeout over there because the hem doesn't want to work right. It's a very lightweight knit, ribbed knit. Cannot get the hem to work right. So I put it in timeout too. I don't need it right now. It'll be more when it cools off anyway. But But I have some PJ. I need some pajama pants. I did sew those pajama pants previously, but those were supposed to be for winter. They're too warm to wear now, so I need to work on my cool weather pajama pants. So I'm going to do something like that. I'm going to attempt to make some underwear this week. We'll see how that goes. And I will have, as far as garment sewing, well, let's look at this first. Okay, so I did finish a couple of bags for the shop. I'm going to work on more of that. But these are bigger drawstring bags with this beautiful koi pond print. I love. So these are the size of my Mega Maker totes, but in drawstring form. And then they have this on the inside. So this is so soft and pretty. But I have two of these. I just got to put drawstrings in them. So you will see those listed this week at some point in time. And there'll be a sale in the shop. And I'll get on here and do a video about what all is going to be in there. And because there's still stuff in there. I just haven't been doing a good job of advertising it like I used to. I used to do it on Instagram and stuff. I haven't posted on Instagram, and I don't know when. Every time I attempt to try to start posting again, I get sidetracked. So just the season of my life that I'm in is what I'm going to say again. So that is what I have done crafty wise. Oh, well, no, one more thing. Today I actually sat down and did put some more painting onto my heart, my anatomical heart painting. It's not finished yet, because once it gets finished, I'm going to do a whole compilation video to show it being put together. But this is what it looks like now. Yeah. So you may be able to tell a little bit what I'm headed towards. Maybe not, but I used some color water pencils to do the edging, and I got a little more than I wanted to on it, but I needed it to dry, so I can go back, and I wanted some depth when I put that gold on there. These are other parts that are turning into, can you tell what they're turning into? But yeah, I like the way it's turning out. There's more work I gotta do, and I have to stop at a certain point, because if I keep trying to mess with it, I get frustrated, and that's not the whole point. The point of it is for me to sit there, because if I come here, I just paint and have the camera running, and it's just me and painting, and that's what it is. And plus, I have to let some things dry before I can do more things to it. So yeah, that is what I got going so far on that. Now, the only thing I definitely want to work on that I'm going to say a definitive is I want to finish this cross stitch. I want to finish up the blocks for my Seminole sampler. And I want to get some pajamas sewn, okay? Now, I'm planning on working on whatever fits my fancy otherwise this month in August. And yes, I haven't forgotten about the people in my Facebook group. I'll be picking a winner for that after I finish processing this video. So if you are not yet, you can subscribe to my Facebook group, which is always linked down below. That would be Teadoddles Makers. And you can share anything you make in that group. I do like to keep it family-friendly makes, simply because I do have some younger people in that group. So that's part of my limitations. It's family friendly. I have a set of rules and things on there. And if you don't accept the rules, then I'm not going to let you into the group, okay? So it's, I think it's set as a requirement to accept it, and I won't let you in the group unless you accept those rules. It's just basic rules, guys. Let's not be stinkheads to everybody. I'm trying to put that nicely. It's a place to share making and to enjoy each other's makes and to see what people are making. And since I make all kinds of things, I don't limit what you can share in there. It's not just specifically crochet or knit or sewing or DIY. things that you've made. Now, and once a month, I go through anybody who shared their makes. That's the way it's set up currently. It used to be you'd list your goals and things like that. If you want to list your goals, you still can. Currently, it's just to share your makes for the month or what you did for the month, and then I will I number all the people who participated, and I pick a random number. I do a random number thing generator, and I will send you a $25 Amazon gift card. So I just like to do that to share the love of making, and that's my main goal with that group. Now, I feel like there's something else I wanted to talk about, and my brain is it's failing me right now. Yeah, got some other things I want to work on this week, but I'm just gonna work on them, and I may do some recording this week and do like at the end of the week a vlog, but a compilation of it, not like a daily thing. So you'll see me every day like that. So that may be what you see this Friday or so. I am doing another slow stitch tutorial for Wednesday. This one's going to be a snap, like the little metal snaps, which are necessary for certain things sometimes because you want it to be small and hidden, and you don't want those, depending on the fabric, you really don't want those that you punch in with the tool. So that will be my next hand sewing tutorial video. And then the next one will be about hand stitch hem. And after that, I'm a little bit lost. So if anybody has a suggestion, I would appreciate that. And then also, I would like to do some sort of sew along to start in September. You know, through the burr months. They call them the burr months. And I don't know if exactly what I want to do yet, but I would like some input from my viewers if you would like to see, because in the past I did what was called the Cozy Mystery Crochet Along, or something along those lines. The Cozy Murder Mystery Crochet Along. Yeah, I did that a couple of years in a row, and that was crochet. And people like that. I picked a book once a month that we would read, and it didn't go completely as planned. I wanted to discuss the book more and stuff like that because I do enjoy reading. But crochet pattern, doing that, it takes planning like well in advance is what I'm realizing. And I am not always great at planning well in advance because I've got to be able to write the pattern, but I've got to crochet it and go back and forth until I get the pattern like I want it and write it down. And that became kind of cumbersome to try to get through and do. So I thought a sew along would be a little bit easier because we can either do small sew things, or we could do a quilt block of the month. Y'all just let me know what y'all think about that. I do like to combine the arts, so I have ideas over some other kind of sew along. Maybe something to utilize scraps and things. Y'all just let me know. Something I'm going to be thinking of this month while I'm out and doing all these other things. And yeah, and y'all just let me know what y'all think in the comments. But I'm going to let y'all go because I feel like I'm rambling on now because my brain is thinking about other things instead of focusing on what I'm supposed to be talking about. So yeah, until next time, y'all remember to have a life lived creatively, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.